Starting to get cold out, guys. 2020 is finally almost over, and I can't believe I've been doing this show for a whole year almost. So the Market Watch thing has been a reoccurring thing. I didn't miss any months except for June because of the move and everything, and I can't believe we're here right now. I can barely find the words to make a video because on top of running 2 channels and having various different hobbies, I also have a full-time job that I work anywhere between 60 to 100 hours a week. So yeah, my brain is a little fried right now, but that doesn't mean we can't do Market Watch. So unfortunately, not a whole lot of really new announcements for new Zoids products or anything like that coming out this month. Not really a whole lot going on. We only had one new announcement with the Iron Kong PK HMM reissue, which is pretty nice. And so I'll show you guys where that's available for pre-order, but no news about the other prototype HMMs that were shown off a little while ago. No new Zoids for Zoids Wild Senki announced, which is really interesting considering that you would imagine with a brand new anime they'd have a brand new line of Zoids to go with it, but only two. Only 2 Zoids. It seems so strange. My Burning Liger has still not shipped out yet because I'm waiting for the little Gatling unit thing to be in stock with it. And the awesome thing about HLJ, if I haven't mentioned this before, is the private warehouse feature lets you put multiple of your items together in the same bulk order and ship them out together if you choose to. So if something comes out and releases, it can sit in your private warehouse for up to 60 days while other stuff comes out if you want to save on shipping, which is an amazing feature. Or if you can't afford the fat shipping cost right now, you don't have to pay it right when the thing comes out if you choose to. So I did pick up a couple other things recently. I already kind of showed off the Gojo's Giga in that review. That was another more recent thing. I haven't gotten Brad's Leftover Zoids yet, but I'm working on it. As soon as I have some extra money, I'll go ahead and buy those off of him. But I did decide to bite the bullet, and there's a couple of HMMs on the market right now that I want to get my hands on before they're gone forever. If I can find the D-Bison, great. If not, I'm not worried about it. But I want to get out of the Red Horn or the Dark Horn soon. But I decided to get this guy because I'm just going to show it. It's a Zoid so massive, so big, it requires its own carry handle. And that is, as I've shown off before, the Iron Kong Yeti, which was evidently one of the last ones that AmiAmi had because they went out of stock right after I bought this. But this thing is huge. This is such a heavy box, believe it or not. And inside here is actually 2 smaller boxes. Like each half of this box is another box inside of that, which has the pieces separated, and then the instruction manuals in one of those. So this is going to be a massive undertaking to build this. Not nearly as much as the Gojulus, which I have never seen an affordable HMM Gojulus. That thing was around $130, and I had it shipped with the brand new HMM art book that just came out. So I've talked about this a little bit, and I cannot recommend enough to you guys to pick this up and support not only Kotobukiya, but the artists that go into creating this amazing artwork for the HMMs. The HMMs, they didn't have to make them. They didn't have to exist. But the fact that the HMMs exist, it is a product line of high-end, extremely detailed Zoids made after the anime was rendered irrelevant, specifically for older fans and collectors that enjoyed the most iconic Zoids from the anime era. And so if we can't be grateful for that, then I don't know what we can be grateful for, guys, because that's part of the entire reason why our hobby still continues to exist. So awesome, awesome product. I also love like Japanese art books, anime art books, that kind of thing. I just think they're so cool. And so we have these nice full-page spreads of the artwork on all of the HMMs. There's the Panzer there. And I may do an entire video of this, but I would hate to just, show every single page of the book and render it irrelevant for you guys to buy. I think that'd be a huge disservice and borderline piracy, so I don't really plan on doing that. And then finally, after months and months of talking about it, it's finally here, the HMM Wild Liger. So really excited about this one. I'm putting it pretty low in my backlog in terms of when I want to actually build this guy, but we're definitely in for something special, guys, because This is the first time ever that we've seen Kotobukiya make and design an HMM for a Zoid outside of the Chaotic Century and New Century Zero era. So to have a non-classic Zoid re-envisioned in an HMM format is going to be really interesting, because they have to adapt some of the things from the original, such as the skeleton here and the armor on top of it. Of course, we have the little minifigure of Arashi and the two alternate modes. If you guys have not picked this guy up yet, he is actually back in stock on HLJ. They had a restock, as you guys will see later in the video, and he is available on AmiAmi as well. And I would definitely look out for the HMM Wild Liger Guren version, because that one's a limited exclusive version. It's going to disappear quick and be worth quite a lot of money on the secondary market in years to come. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into this month's Market Watch. So unfortunately, not a whole lot of brand new Zoids announced this month. The only thing we have that is actually brand new as of the time of recording this, I'm probably going to regret this later in the month when new stuff gets announced, but as of this very moment, the only thing that is new is this masterpiece right here. So the Iron Kong PK, the mightiest of all the Iron Kongs. And this actually is a reissue. We've had this kit before, and I believe this is similar to the Red Horn scenario, where it is literally just the exact same kit reissued. It's not a Marketing Plus version. It's not featuring a different character. It's not retooled in any kind of way. It is literally just a reprint, which is fine. I actually did not know until this very moment what the PK stood for. It stands for Pros and Knights, which makes perfect sense because it is sort of the elite Royal Guard Iron Kong, so to speak. And there's two other Iron Kong, actually three other Iron Kong HMMs. There's the original, which has the same color scheme as the Hasbro version, which just has the rocket launcher on the shoulder. Let's see if I can get a better picture. Yeah, so the on the shoulder here is the rocket launcher instead of the beam launcher right here. And it does not have any of the backpack stuff or the wrist blaster right here. And then we have the Shoebalt's version, which is in more Imperial colors. It's the black and red, similar to his Saber Tiger, and it has a Gatling unit on the shoulder, just like his Saber Tiger does. And then, of course, there's the Iron Kong Yeti, which now I happily own, as you guys saw at the beginning of the video. That one, what's interesting about the Yeti is it has the rocket launcher and the Gatling unit interchangeable, but it does not have the beam launcher or any of this other PK stuff. So if you want the biggest, most complete version of the Iron Kong, then you'll go with the PK. Interestingly enough, though, the PK has, as you can see, these chain gun ammo belts on the front of it, which is something that the Yeti does not have. But the Yeti has the Gatling unit, and I really feel like these don't make any sense unless you have a rotating belt-fed machine gun on the Zoid, which this one does not. So I feel like these would go better with the Gatling unit. So maybe put the Gatling unit from the Yeti onto this guy or something like that. It does come with a beam launcher, which is really cool. If you have a Red Horn or Dark Horn kit, you can put that on there. There's not a beam launcher customized parts kit, but there is a beam Gatling unit customized parts kit, which I own the original print of that, and it is getting a reissue early next year. So if you wanted to put the Gatling unit on this thing, it is coming out. So now that I mention it, maybe you should go ahead and pre-order those together or something like that. But really, the Gatling unit is intended for the Dark Horn and the Saber Tiger, but it can be equipped to this as well. That's one thing I like a lot about the Imperial Zoids, is a lot of their weapons are interchangeable. But yeah, Iron Kong PK looks fantastic. It's a little bit more expensive than the Yeti, only because it does have a few more pieces, but not by a lot. It's pretty negligible price difference. So this is said to come out March of next year. Not surprising. So keep your eye open for that. And moving on. So if you guys want to purchase the Iron Kong PK, it is available here on AmiAmi. And what is also available here on AmiAmi, I have it sorted by latest release date now. So the Red Horn is still available. I need to go ahead and just reserve that because I'm starting to get greedy with some of these HMMs that have been out for a little bit. Infinity Blast is still in stock. The Geno Breaker is gone. The Gun Sniper is still available, and the reprinted Markings Plus versions for the Liger Zero cast armor is available, which means I need to pick up the Schneider soon. More importantly, the Wild Liger is still in stock. It has officially been released, so if you order now, you can actually have it shipped. They're still using these awful CGI pre-rendered images as opposed to the final images of the model. And then the new Zoids Wild Senki Burning Liger and Go Raptor LC are in stock. Of course, you have to order the Gatling unit for the Burning Liger separately because the complete set that has both parts is sold out. So the art book is still in stock. I highly recommend picking that up because it is amazing. If you guys appreciate the artwork on the HMM kits as much as I do, you'll definitely pick that up. And that really about does it for AmiAmi. So on to HLJ. Of course, the Iron Kong PK is in stock here as well. The Markings Plus cast systems are all available here too. And Burning Liger, same situation. The complete set is sold out. And actually, the weapon itself is gone too. But the Liger itself and the Go Raptor are available. I actually have the Burning Liger in my private warehouse right now. It's ready to ship, but I was waiting for this to become available, and I did order it. So I guess it's waiting for the stock to come in so it can fulfill those orders. And I was waiting to ship it out because I also bought one of the Zoids Wild customized parts as well, but I wanted to ship everything together. So if this doesn't show up soon, I'll go ahead and ship the Burning Liger with the regular Zoids Wild customized parts set that I got, and maybe just go ahead and build it, but I won't do the review until I can have everything together. And besides, I'm a little late on the Ligers. I need to do the Rising Liger before I do this guy, but I still need to pick up the Go Raptor LC because I think the metallic color on that just looks so freaking cool. Everything else is gone. Gun Sniper's gone. Hagane Works Blade Liger is gone. Red Horn is gone, surprisingly enough. HLJ actually had a restock on the Wild Liger HMM, though. And I think that was because it finally finished going into production, and we actually had copies of it on the market. So stores were able to order a second shipment, essentially. So once pre-orders were fulfilled, they were able to Wild Liger HMM if you are interested in getting that. All right, so Plaza Japan. This is a site you probably have seen on sponsored ads on Facebook and things like that. I've never ordered from them, just full disclosure, but they seem like a pretty trustworthy site. What I do not know is if this site is more similar to AmiAmi and HLJ from the standpoint that you get your stock directly imported from Japan because it's a Japan-based retailer, or is it a reseller in the US that imports them and then resells them back to you? If I had to assume, it is the former rather than the latter, just looking at the prices, because the prices are pretty average, pretty competitive. And if you look at what they have in stock, it's pretty good. They've got a lot of good Zoids available right now. So, of course, the 2020 Blade Liger is still all over the place. Saber Tiger Markings Plus version, which, as we saw on AmiAmi, is gone. Command Wolf is here. Geno Breaker is still available for pre-order, which is awesome. Lightning Sykes is still in stock. Liger Zero stuff is available. Darkhorn and Red Horn are still available, which is awesome. Godos, former Republic version. Great Saber is in stock. Gun Sniper still available for pre-order. D-Bison is still here, actually, which is amazing because I think that's gone everywhere else, too. And then Wild Liger still in stock. All the customized parts kits, including the Gojulus cannon set, are even here. And that's it, actually, just those couple of rows. So that's actually pretty good. And I like that they have it by default categorized in terms of relevance and whether or not it's in stock. Because if you go down here, all the out-of-stock stuff is pushed to the bottom. So Yeti is gone. Yeti's actually gone on AmiAmi as well, which is funny because I just ordered it. So I got one of the last ones they had, evidently, if not the last one, because it was out of stock right after I ordered it, which is surprising. And you can see what I'm talking about right there with the rocket launcher. That's like the standard Iron Kong weapon, whereas the Gatling unit and the beam launcher are like secondary weapons, so to speak. Yeah, the rest of this is not too surprising. If we go further back, we can see some of the older stuff they used to have. They used to have actually the aggressive series articulated Genesis Ligers, which of course I have the Hayate Liger in that. I've done a review on it. All these kits are gone. Funny enough, even the Mulga kits are gone, even though they're pretty new. Yeah, that's it for Plaza Japan. Seems like a pretty good site. If you guys order from it, let me know what you think. I'll probably go ahead and try to get either the Red Horn Dark Horn from them, maybe the D Bison, and see how it goes. So, moving on to eBay, I wanted to check and see how much the HMM Godos that I just finished reviewing is worth. So obviously this is going to be cluttered with a lot of resellers reselling the new former Republic version. I wouldn't pay these prices for it. Unless you, I mean, 66 with free shipping is actually pretty okay because shipping internationally is so expensive right now. But this is closer to a fair. Oh, look at that shipping though. That's ridiculous. The one from 2011 or 2012, the regular silver Godos that I reviewed with the old Zoids logo up there. $111 with $20 shipping. That's ridiculous. Here's one with a unfortunate stock image. There's a nice little comparison of the two there, though, if you wanted to see what they look like side by side. But yeah, 148. Forget about that. It's way too expensive. I don't trust that stock image. 96. Yeah, that's way too much. Yeah, so good luck finding the old one. With shipping on that, yeah, it's way too much. So yeah, only a couple of the older HMM. What the heck? So here's someone has used the stock image of I guess the yeah. So the Old Republic version does come with the ability to equip the head from the standard one. So you essentially do have the same exact kit. It's just kind of interchangeable. And actually, now that I think about it, you may be able to do this kit's intended configuration with the pieces that are given to you in the one I have, and that the kit is honestly just a repaint and not a remolded, recast kit. Because this headpiece right here is the piece that goes on the turret back here. So it looks like you could just alter the configuration, and then it just basically boils down to a repaint. And essentially the two kits are the same. But I do prefer the silver color a lot more, so I'm glad that I snagged the guy. He was around $40, I think, from the person I bought him from way back in the day. So on a whim, I searched on eBay for unbuilt Hasbro Zoids, and just to see what they have. So there's a auction going on right now for this person's trying to sell from the UK an unbuilt Gunbuster and unbuilt Liger Zero X. They're charging way too much for shipping. I mean, forget about it. It's interesting to see. I just wanted to see how much unbuilt kits go for. Are you kidding me? They're trying to sell this with no instructions. How would you even? I guess you'd have to go to that website and download the scanned PDFs of it. Here's someone's trying to sell a unbuilt Red Horn. Man, I wish I still had my box of my Red Horn. I really do. Look at this. Look at this shipping. This is ridiculous. This box is crushed too. Like, yeah, it's not built, but the box is like destroyed. Anyway, so here's someone selling some of the action figures. Then we go into like weird fusers territory. I really don't want to see auctions. I really want to see it buy it now. That Proto Gogolus, that would be really friggin' awesome to win. And I looked at this right here just because I was completely just confused by it. This is actually a European released Genosaur from the newer era, but it's like a non-Hasbro English Genosaur. And I was like, holy crap. If I could win that, that'd be amazing. But again, it's the same person with the same tile floor is auctioning all these. Shipping is a lot, but man, I would love to own that. Liger Zero. There's someone has a unbuilt Gordosaur here from Canada. You can buy it now for $55 plus shipping. That's That's actually not terrible. I feel like it's worth that. You're looking at almost $80 when everything is all said and done, but it's unbuilt, and that's a bigger kit that's based. It's another one that's based off a vintage kit as well. So there's some value to that. I wouldn't necessarily mind that. And then we just kind of fall off a cliff over here with the unbuilt part of this. So we're not running into unbuilt kits anymore. Here's a unbuilt. I don't even know what this Gatordos. I don't know. This based off of one of the vintage Zoids as well, but in an ugly purple color. Here's an unbuilt Saber Tiger, $50. That's pretty good. Somebody had this I find really interesting. So evidently, some retailer packaged all four of these wind-up Zoids together as one thing, and so I wonder if there's any value to those weirdly packaged versions together. So all the packaging is one thing, and it's four Zoids. I wonder how much that cost when it was new. It's probably like $40, $50. Not a whole lot, but here they have it for $250. None of those Zoids are worth anywhere close to that. There is Bear Fighter, $40. I never realized this Lightning Sykes was remote controlled. So the yellow one, I guess, is remote control. I don't know what the deal is there. Unbuilt Shield Liger. I guess I'm assuming this box is not sealed, but the individual parts are sealed. $200 for unbuilt Shield Liger. That's interesting. Spino Snapper is $70. There's an unbuilt Mulga here for $35. I would probably pay that. But some of these other ones, like I said, the price goes up so much just because they're unbuilt or they're considered new in box. Some of these like junk ones, I wonder how they even think they can get away with selling them for that much money when literally half the Zoid is missing. Or it's like the action figure ones where they're only like two pieces, but they're just, there's a Sea Striker that's still sealed in the package for $30. Sea Striker action figure. Anyway, that about does it for Hasbro Zoids. So I wanted to quickly take a look at Zoids Battle Legends. What is Zoids Battle Legends worth these days? And the answer is a lot. So this person trying to sell... well, actually, no. Here we go. So this one, buy it now, $42, seems pretty tempting. I would say that's probably a pretty good deal depending on what condition it's in. It doesn't look like it's in very good condition at all. It looks like the box is heavily worn. Neither of these two have the manual. Okay, so I lost a little bit of footage there, not too bad, and I was able to recover right at the end. The previous two clips didn't lose any footage. So I was talking about Zoids Battle Legends here. So I really expect it to hold around the $60 mark. Maybe it'll drop a little bit after this COVID nonsense dies down. Because as I've talked about, pretty much all collectibles, especially older video games, have shot up in price because of what's been going on recently. It's been a really weird phenomenon, but I've talked about it in a lot of other videos, so I won't go too long right now. But it's crazy to see the value of this game in particular change over the years, because there was definitely a distinct point in time in which Zoids went from being completely irrelevant to the older fans starting to feel nostalgia for it, value of the products that were made back in the day, the nostalgic stuff we got here in the US. So in the case of Battle Legends here, when my brother first bought this game, which was probably in 2009, I think, because he had just gotten a Wii and wanted something backwards compatible he started getting backwards compatible GameCube games and just playing all the GameCube games that he missed out on from never having a GameCube. And this was one of them, and it was how I first played it and how I first really mastered it and why I have such a legacy with it. Part of the reason for this channel. And then I realized when I move out that our collections were going to split and I was going to need my own copy of it. And so Steel Collectibles had one that was complete for around this price right here, like around the $40 mark kind of thing. And I felt like that was a good price for it, for the proper case and manual and everything like that my copy has. My brother's was a printed cover. It was a fake cover that the secondhand store had made. But yeah, it's crazy to see how much this has gone up over the years. As we keep scrolling down here, though, we get to the other Zoids GameCube games, the Japanese ones. So right here we get Versus 2, which of course is the Japanese version of Battle Legends. And $45, honestly, is not a bad price for that at all. But they add on the $20 shipping, so I don't feel like that's a good alternative to that, especially because the GameCube is region locked, so you need a Japanese GameCube to play that, which of course I have because I bought that for Zoids vs. 3. Custom Robo is actually apparently a really good game according to my friend Austin. He tries to pitch that game to me all the time. This is stupid. They can get the hell out of here with this. Case and manual only for $25. Yeah, get out of here. This one right here, which looks like the same, almost the same. No, not the same person as that one. But hey, this person is the same seller as each other, selling versus 1 and 2, 24 and then 26 free shipping. That's really good. I would actually recommend that a lot if that was practical, if that was reliable and feasible to do. Versus 1, $20 free shipping. That's really good. It's an authentic picture. They have the cover in backwards. It looks like it's just the underside of the slipcover because they have the cardboard slipcovers over the actual cases in Japan. $60 for Full Metal Crash. I think that's a bit much. I don't think Full Metal Crash is very good. We will play that soon though. I do own a copy of it. I just don't own a copy of Zoids Struggle, which is the other GameCube fighting game one. Here's another copy of Full Metal Crash for close to the same price. It'd be more like $50, but still kind of expensive. And we get into Zoids vs. 3 here, we start to see it get a little bit more crazy. So right here, this person's got it for $20 with $7 shipping. That would be really good if it was authentic, but again, it's a stock image. I don't know how much I trust that. It's a sponsored sale though, so I don't know how I feel about that. But as we get down in here, this right here is what I feel like is more close to Zoids vs. 3's actual value. So $50, again, $20 shipping is a lot. Considering how Japanese GameCube games are so small, they're like that big, you can fit that in a regular envelope and not have to charge an arm and a leg for shipping. But that looks like the same person that was selling that copy of Versus 2 all the way up there. And as we get down in here, it just gets worse and worse. Again, $23 with $20 shipping, $70 with $20 shipping. They can get out of here with that. But if you guys can, at this point, hopefully you guys know, if you guys are fans of Battle Legends, hopefully you guys know that Battle Legends is part 2 of a trilogy and you've sought out those other 2 games, because once I did, it was just so much more rewarding for me, and Zoids vs. 3 was such a hugely impactful experience for me and also this channel. But finally, I want to look at Zoids Assault. But $10 for $5 shipping, that would be really good, especially because it looks like it's in decent condition, sort of. I don't want to click into it. $50 if you out of the shipping. Buy it now for $50. I don't know how I feel about that. Again, the game is not good. I don't know a single person that has finished this game. There's not a single person that I know or have talked to in any of the Zoids collectors groups that has finished Zoids Assault. I haven't. I plan to. It's actually a personal goal of mine to finish the game one day. But it's hard to get a read on the exact value of it. This one, $55, free shipping, buy it now. Again, stock image, I don't really care for that. This one right here, that's probably going to be like $35 if you add up that shipping. Buy it now. If you just wanted to play the game and you didn't care about the condition or having the actual case or everything, that might not be too bad of a deal. But as we scroll through here, we start to get to because I just typed in Zoids Assault and nothing else, we're coming up with other results like the Assault Unit customized parts, which I just think this is absolutely ridiculous how much this thing is going for. I don't like that the customized parts are worth so much, but as far as I know, they were never released in the US, so these are all NJR releases for some of these kits. That is definitely not the Gatling unit, that's just another assault unit. And then we get into the Zoids Wild customized part kits, which again, this is way too expensive for these because you can still get some of these on AmiAmi and HLJ. But I would highly recommend getting some of these Zoids Wild era customized part kits because they will probably go the same way as the NJR ones here because as long as they're still sealed, they'll probably go up in price and end up being worth a lot more. So definitely keep your eye on that. Anyway, that is about enough time for this month's Market Watch, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Do you guys miss the gaming content I used to do on this channel? Did you guys know this is actually my second channel? My wife Michelle and I over on the primary Star-Crossed Souls channel do gaming content as well as content about conventions and cosplay, and some of the niche fandoms we're into, such as Fire Emblem, Fate, and Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm also doing a retrospective series on the entire Type Moon series and all of the Fate works. It's a series I'm very proud of and has the highest amount of editing and production quality on anything I've ever done in my entire career of making videos. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, make sure to follow us on the main Star-Crossed Souls channel, and follow Michelle and I on Instagram for her art projects and my cosplay projects. I'll see you guys next time.